They told you it is chronic. They told you it is impossible. They told you to just manage the pain. But what if the creator of your body has a different report? Today, we are not just talking about medicine. We are talking about miracles. We are talking about the kind of prayer that does not just ask, it transforms. If you are seeking healing in days, not years, it is time to shift your frequency from fear to faith. In the quiet hours of the night, when the world is silent, and the weight of a diagnosis feels like an anchor dragging you into the depths of despair, a single question rises: why me? This question is often followed by another, even more painful one: is there any hope left? Most people approach healing as a lottery. They pray with a sense of maybe, a sense of if it is meant to be, or a sense of desperate begging. But the kind of healing that happens in days, the kind that defies medical logic and leaves doctors scratching their heads, does not come from a place of maybe. It comes from an architectural shift in the soul. To heal the body, we must first understand that the body is the last stop on the journey of health. Illness often begins in the subtle layers of our being, our thoughts, our emotions, and our spiritual alignment. If you want to see a physical miracle in your flesh within days, you must stop fighting the symptoms and start rebuilding the foundation of your belief. We are going to dismantle the walls of fear and build a cathedral of faith. For centuries, the worlds of science and spirituality were seen as enemies. Religion spoke of miracles, while science spoke of molecules. However, we have entered an era where these two worlds are finally meeting. This is the field of psychoneuroimmunology. It is a simple truth. Your thoughts are the architects of your biology. When you sit in a state of fear, focused on the pain in your body or the negative report from the doctor, your brain interprets this as a threat to your survival. In response, it triggers the fight or flight mechanism. The adrenal glands pump out cortisol and adrenaline. While these chemicals are great for running away from a lion, they are toxic when they stay in your system for weeks or months. High cortisol levels literally shut down your immune system. They tell your body, do not worry about repairing that organ or killing those abnormal cells right now. Just survive the next 5 minutes. This is why begging prayer often fails to produce healing. When you pray from a state of desperation and fear, your body is still bathed in cortisol. You are asking for healing, but your biology is screaming danger. The shift to rapid healing happens when you move into the state of faith. True spiritual faith triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, the repair and restore mode. When you enter a deep state of prayerful certainty, your brain releases oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins. These are not just feel-good chemicals, they are the most powerful healing agents known to man. They are the divine pharmacy within you. Endorphins are natural painkillers that are hundreds of times stronger than morphine. Oxytocin repairs the tissues of the heart and reduces inflammation. When you spend hours in a state of deep, peaceful faith, you are literally changing the chemical bath that your cells live in. You are moving from an acidic, toxic environment to an alkaline, healing one. This is the biological requirement for a miracle. To heal in days, you must keep your body in this repair mode 24 hours a day. Most people have been taught to pray at God. They see God as a distant judge who needs to be convinced to help them. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of the divine nature. The Creator is not holding back your healing. The sun is always shining, but if you close your curtains, you stay in the dark. Prayer is not about convincing the sun to shine. It is about opening the curtains. A prayer that heals in days is an affirmative prayer. Instead of saying, please God, take away this pain, you begin to say, thank you, Creator, that your life is flowing through me right now. The subconscious mind and the spiritual realm do not understand the future. They only understand the now. When you say, I will be healed, you are pushing the healing away into a future that never arrives. But when you say it is done, you are anchoring the miracle into the present moment. Think of it like a radio. The music is already being broadcasted into the air. If you do not hear it, it does not mean the music is not there. It means you have not tuned your dial to the right frequency. The frequency of healing is gratitude and certainty. To build the architecture of belief, you must learn to speak the end from the beginning. You must look at the red, swollen area of your body and say with calm inner authority, this is a temporary shadow. One of the greatest obstacles to rapid healing is our own language. We often treat our diseases like pets. We say my arthritis, my diabetes, or my migraines. By using the word my, you are signing a spiritual contract. You are claiming ownership. If you want to be rid of something, you must stop owning it. From this moment forward, it is not your disease. It is a temporary condition that is passing through. Psychologically, when we identify with a disease, we build our lives around it. We join support groups where we only talk about the pain. This constant repetition acts like a mantra of sickness. To heal in days, you must go on a speech fast. Stop talking about the illness. If someone asks how you are, simply say, I am trusting the healing process, or I am getting stronger every day. Do not give the disease the food of your attention. Energy flows where attention goes. There is a reason why, across almost every spiritual tradition, the hours between midnight and 3 a.m. are considered the most potent for spiritual intervention. In this stillness, your individual frequency can reach the div, enthroned, without the interference of the day's chaos. During these hours, your body does its most intense cellular repair. When you wake up intentionally during this time to pray, you are consciously participating in your own biological repair. You are waking up your spiritual consciousness at the exact moment your body is in its factory reset mode. Speak to the silence. In this space, your words don't just vibrate in the air, they vibrate in your very DNA. Tell your body what to do while it is already in its natural repair cycle. To build belief, we must look at the evidence of those who walked this path before you. Consider those who were dying and bedridden, but in a moment of supreme spiritual surrender, heard a voice of truth and were instantly restored. They bypassed the time requirement of biology. Biology says a lung takes months to heal. Spirit says now. What do these cases have in common? Total surrender. They stopped trying to fix themselves and let the Creator take over. They were surrounded by an atmosphere where everyone believed in the possibility of a miracle. They experienced a moment where the mind is so overwhelmed by the presence of God that it forgets it is supposed to be sick. In quantum physics, the observer effect states that a particle behaves differently simply because it is being watched. In the realm of healing, you are the observer of your own body. If you observe your body as sick, the atoms of your body behave as sick. If you begin to observe your body as light, energy, and divine intelligence, the atoms must respond to the new observer. You visualize the light of God pouring into that area like liquid gold, dissolving every impurity. You are literally recoding the quantum blueprint of your physical form. Belief is not a feeling, it is a decision. You must decide that starting today, I am no longer a sick person trying to get well. I am a well person experiencing a temporary physical challenge. If you have been praying and taking every medicine, yet the disease remains stubborn, you must ask, what am I holding on to that is heavier than my desire to be healed? The body is a mirror of the soul. Often a physical ailment is simply the smoke of an internal fire. Healing in days requires a radical, fearless cleaning of your inner house. Medical science has discovered a profound link between chronic unforgiveness and the body's inflammatory response. When we hold a grudge, our body stays in a state of high alert. This constant state of attack manifests as autoimmune disorders and chronic pain. Bitterness is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. It is the wall that stops the divine current from reaching your cells. To heal in days, you must practice radical forgiveness. Look at every name of those who hurt you and say out loud, I release you. As you forgive, you will feel a literal lightness in your chest. This is the dropping of the cortisol load. We are often addicted to our emotional pain. We use our illness as a shield. To see a miracle in days, you must be willing to let go of the identity of being the sick one. Emptying the vessel means removing guilt, worry, and suppressed grief. It is only into an empty vessel that the divine can pour the new wine of health. To accelerate healing into a matter of days, you must enter a spiritual ICU. For the next 3 days, commit to a digital fast. No news, no social media, no television. Most media is designed to trigger the fear response. You cannot heal while your brain is being fed images of chaos. Stop talking about your symptoms. Fill your environment with healing frequencies. Bathing your cells in the frequency of order and harmony allows for a preemptive strike of gratitude. This is the act of giving thanks for the healing before the evidence appears. Most people say, I will believe it when I see it. The spiritual law says you will see it when you believe it. Every hour, offer the vibration of gratitude. When you do this, you are sending a signal to the quantum field that the event has already happened. Why do you want to be healed? Align your healing with the motive of service. Tell the Creator, heal me so that I can be a testament to your power. When your healing is tied to the benefit of others, you tap into a much larger power grid. You are now at the moment of transition. In the ancient texts, there is a distinct shift from the prayer of petition to the prayer of command. Stop talking to God about your mountain. Start talking to the mountain about your God. Your body is a shimmering field of energy and intelligence. Every cell in your body is listening to your consciousness. Use the voice of command. Address your body directly. Say, lungs, breathe. Blood, be pure. Cells, I command you to return to the original blueprint of perfection. For the next 3 days, speak only life. In spiritual history, 3 days is a recurring theme for resurrection. On the first day, bury the old identity. You are no longer the person who was sick. On the second day, feel the stirring of life. Visualize liquid light saturating every atom. On the third day, begin to act on your faith. If you could not move, try to move. Claim the victory in the physical world. One of the greatest challenges to rapid healing is the counter evidence. You have prayed, you have commanded, and you have believed, but then you feel a sharp pain. This is the test of the senses. The physical world is like an echo. The sickness you see today is just the echo of your past thoughts. To heal in days, you must ignore the echo. If the pain speaks to you, you answer it. You are a lie. My reality is health. You must be more stubborn than the disease. Once the healing begins to manifest, you must guard the gates of your mind to prevent a relapse. Do not return to the same stressful environment and bitter thoughts that created the disease. Change your story to that of a walking miracle. Use your restored health to help others. Daily and tenets of gratitude is required. You are not the same person who started this journey. You have realigned your human self with your divine source. The disease cannot live in the presence of that much light. Walk in your health. Breathe in your peace. The miracle is not coming. The miracle is here.